Yeah.
Hey everybody, here get another one. Remember to check out How to Train Your Dragon Explained by a Black Man. So as a person who has not really seen the How to Train Your Dragon franchise enough to remember entirely what happened, like I don't even think I've seen the third one. I think I've only seen the second one in bits and pieces. The first one, I know I've seen it from beginning to end, but I don't remember entirely what happened from beginning to end. The only thing I know is obviously I know like I'm pretty sure if I watched the movie for myself, I would remember all the scenes from the life of me. But it's not the DreamWorks franchise that I've known that much about. I think if I had to give a DreamWorks franchise my most attention, it would probably be, I want to say Shrek, but I have not seen the third or fourth one in full. I think I've seen most of the fourth one. I don't think I've seen the third one at all. But I know I've seen the first and second one multiple times. No, it gotta be Kung Fu Panda. That's the one that I've seen in every single one all the way through. So if I had to give it to one, it would have to be Kung Fu Panda. But hey, I guess let's get into this.
During all the commotion, the queen sunk the boat.
Yeah, I know not all Shrek movies are the best ones, but it's like
Yes, sir. Yes,
I have to
sir.
count. I have to count a movie franchise based on if I've seen the entire thing or not. I know I've seen Kung Fu Panda all the way through.
Wrong movie. We pull up to the village
multiple times.
Everything looking real chill. The weather is nice. The town is resting. The sheep are grazing. But to no avail.
Music.
Lil Bo Peep got his body snatched, and his little bro gonna finish
the Fire
his plate.
Nation attack.
And here's our
literally.
main character, Hiccup. Bro opens the door and there's literally mayhem going on outside. So Hiccup and his people are Vikings, and all they do is fight and kill dragons for a living. Hiccup out here storming the city amongst the dragon
fighting
fire.
dragons like there's some mosquitoes or something.
In Bulgaria, all the villagers over here like. Then he ran past his dad, the chief, Stoic the Vast, and got snatched up like an old hoodie. Bro, like, who let my weak Doodle Bob built old son out the crib, then flexed the maxed out skill tree.
I mean,
and
low key
the
though,
dragon out the air with the dang wooden wagon.
Bro.
What kind of protein concoction
exactly
do you have to cook?
Who chucks a catapult as the thing? Bro, imagine seeing that. I mean, I don't know if that was a catapult or if that was just like a desk or something. But imagine, for example, you see a catapult and someone throws the catapult at the projectile. That's when you know not to fight in that man anymore.
To get this strong. And then they over here reading off his feats like he a level 100 final boss.
Say that when he was a baby, he popped a dragon's head clean off of its shoulders.
Okay, it was like a wagon.
That gotta be glazed, because while right after.
No, wait, what did you say? I was talking. My bad. What did he say?
Like he a level
did
100
what?
final boss.
Say that when he was a baby, he popped a dragon's head clean off of its shoulders.
That's gotta be
glazed, because while right.
Bro, to decapitate a dragon with your bare hands as a baby, that dragon would have to be like the weakest one of them all. There ain't no way that thing was a grown dragon. That thing had to be like a dragon straight out the egg, bro. Ain't no way.
After they gave him the wind in the hair edit. Bro, you are not a damsel in distress. Then bro right here reading off the census of dragons, and all Stoic word about is, are there any Night Fury sightings? And no lie, the name itself makes it fire. It sounds like a name of one of the few black superheroes with lightning powers.
Dang.
Anyways, our boy Hiccup really just wants to impress his little crush, his boo thing, Astrid, the most popular shawty in the village. And bro is just mesmerized.
Mid-battle, bro?
Okay, man, whatever floats your boat. And let's run it back real quick, because I know these village kids thought they escaped. What are these names, boy? We got Fish Legs, Snotlout, Rough Nut, and Tough Nut. The absolute laziest names for a pair of twins I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. And let me take it back to Fish Legs, because when did Queso do a How to Train Your Dragon cosplay?
This is their real names, low-key. Hiccup, I don't feel that much bad for Hiccup, because all of them got bad names.
On his crush, but everybody hating on
the one that got a good name is Astrid, because it just sounds like an actual name.
You can't lift a hammer, you can't swing an axe, you can't even throw one of these.
Hey, you might be right, but I got the kablam on my hip. Then bro continued to hate on my guy. Like, that's tough. Basically told him he gotta stop being himself if he wants to ever be a real Viking. I can't lie though. Hiccup is built like baby era Justin Bieber.
This remind me of Flick from Bugs Life.
But bro is determined. He gonna catch him a dragon body one of these days.
Get a shotgun
while everyone is fighting.
Okay, I gotta watch
narrating
Corey
and told us
videos
about the infamous Night Fury. Everybody looking up in the sky.
I remember this man having a shotgun.
Like a dang Hellcat running through the streets of Atlanta.
Okay, ain't no way he's carrying that sword.
He got a gun, and all we see is a boneless Rasengan crashing into the tower and a shadow of a menace. But with all this meat riding, we found out that the Night Fury is really just the YN of the dragons. Bro doesn't kill anything for food, never reveals himself,
love of the game,
and never misses a shot. So Hiccup figured, you know what? I'm finna go catch that mug. So he snuck off with the kablam and started scanning through the air. But this must have been his make-a-wish moment, because he sure enough laced this Night Fury out the air. Got him falling down, making goofy noises. So bro goes back to the village, and his pop is heated because he wasn't supposed to be out during the dragon fights. But bro was like, freak all that. I hit a Night Fury. And it's like the boy who cried wolf in this mug. They just know he capping. Even his dad was like, son, chill with the freaking cap. So Hiccup hits a fast travel and pulls up to where he thinks the Night Fury
why wouldn't y'all utilize
Bro's sense of direction
weaponry?
is like Zoro from One Piece. He did not know what that mug
I know they got cannons or whatever, but it's like, why would y'all utilize that more?
He pulls up on the Night Fury.
Especially things that are in the sky.
David Goggins' motivational speech trying to kill it. Listen to him.
I'm gonna cut out your heart and take it to my father.
But those words quickly went to shambles as he failed in the shanking of the Black Lizard. He ends up feeling bad and doesn't want.
And it's like, you can't blame him, because like, to really kill something as a, how old is Hiccup? I want to throw a ballpark out there and say the dude is like 15. I mean, I'm sure they might say it in the movie, but it's like, I want to throw a ballpark out there and just say that he's 15 in this movie. If not 15, definitely like 16 or something. It's hard to get someone of that age to really want to kill a living thing. To some people, especially the way he looks. Granted, you know, you'll always have those kids that will be like, if they had a gun and would go into war, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going, they're gonna think of it like a freaking Fortnite battle royale or something. But no, not if it's like a real like dragons and stuff, and you like value life to some degree. Like, you wouldn't want to do that.
Like, kill bro. So he starts doing the most mush brain thing I've ever seen. And this Night Fury is on timing. Look at him. As soon as bro started cutting the rope, he was locked in. He ends up pouncing on Hiccup, but decides to spare his life, but had to let him know.
Okay, 15. I looked it up. It is 15. Okay.
Hiccup fast travels back home, and I know he got dookie stains after that altercation. As soon as he walked through the door though, his dad was on timing. Bro threw him an axe and told him it was time for dragon hunting training. Hiccup like, hey pops, I ain't gonna even hold you. I ain't trying to kill them things, cause it ain't right. Now Hiccup
also, could you get him in the weight room first? Low key.
Kids walking out the arena.
Could you get him in like the weight room or like the something? Because he needs some meat on his bones or something first.
Stuff. OG lets out the Chef Boyardee dragon, and they get straight to sparring in this mug. Like, bruh.
Low key, just get him in like weapon creation or something.
Just threw him straight in the fire with the fire-breathing dragon. No pun intended. And of course, our guy is already sailing. The dragon started pressing him.
I mean, it's a dragon, bro.
Before the fleecing of the chief's
He literally threw him into the lion's den
and fast traveled back to where he freed.
He has no experience.
He went on a Minecraft
you threw him into the
across the land,
the Blood Thunderdome, whatever it's called.
Behold, the Night Fury was in there lurking, but something was off about this jump. The Night Fury got his butt blown off by Hiccup's trap apparently, and can't fly correctly anymore. Poor dragon is like on the 10,000
though. He only hit him with like
he can't even catch no good eats.
What did he hit him with? Like a net with stones attack? I don't know.
Like he writing somebody's name.
Something got like caught in a tree.
Back to the village. He looks on the table and sees a dictionary of dragons. All these dragons got some crazy feats too, boy. But when they got to the Night Fury section, all you see is Glaze at maximum efficiency.
Wow.
Stats, OP,
I can't believe this.
They don't put a do not pull up warning on the Night Furies. Bro, they over here treating the Night Fury like it's Batman and Gotham City out here. And Stoic the Vast, being your typical dad, leaving the sun and going to do some dad-ish. Like you ain't even leaving milk, my guy. Like, bro, you're a deadbeat, and that's facts. Hiccup goes back to see that well-done lizard. He came into bro domain and thought it was sweet. The Night Fury pressed in with dead silence, but Hiccup just wanted to give man some food. Bro gobble gummed that fish down, then pulled a king nip to him and regurgitated the food back up.
Then give it back to him.
No, boy, you nasty. Hiccup's portion finna be looking like grits and applesauce. He peer pressured Hiccup into eating this half of digested raw fish. And
That's
my
an
guy
animal,
realized
though.
these dragons,
It's a gesture
hey,
of
man,
trust.
They're like flying dogs for real. They even got personality. These two over here bonding. Toothless got Hiccup over here hitting the two-step in the dirt. They end up becoming
Probably,
homies.
but it's
and
like,
now
it's
Hiccup
gonna
is
be
in
out
his
of
gadget
true
maker
just
bag.
trying to gain
Bro
its
over here making
trust.
some
And
contraption
I'm not
to
gonna
help
eat the whole
Toothless
thing. I'm just
fly
gonna like a
again.
bite
And
and
no
just
cap,
have it be
it
done
just hit
with.
me how replayable these old banger movies were. I could binge watch through this whole series right now. Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, like I know
some
they're great movies.
shareable-sized
I just
gummy
have not seen all
lifesavers,
of them.
and it's up.
The one that
And
I've seen in
Hiccup's
full
little
is the
shawty
first
even
one. I don't
noticing
even
him
remember
getting
everything that
into his
happened.
main character arc. Bro brings his contraption to Toothless,
let alone
and
when I
rigs him
actually
up.
watched the
Man's
first
probably
one.
gonna look like the Dragon Terminator to all the other dragons with his tail. Man's Toothless tried to hit the dash and was flying around with Hiccup on his tail, but Toothless slings him off like a rag doll.
Like, one thing that
and
I remember
slowly
in the
falls
movies
back
is like the
himself.
villain
Turns
deaths, and
out
that's about
the
it.
makeshift tail either needs someone or thing to hold it in place in order to
Like,
work.
I know which
through
movie
making
has
this
which
dragon
villain. That's
saddle,
really
Hiccup
about
and
all I know
Toothless
about it.
basically became family at this point. All this bonding with Toothless even got his attributes in the dragon hunting class going up. He learning all kinds of new things about these flying gecko lizards. But in all this newfound popularity, Astrid started to get some hate build up in her chest and started eavesdropping on bro to see what was up. My guy's whole belief system is getting shocked while learning more and more about these dragons. And
There's
while everybody
dogs with
back home
wings.
is
That's
all
what they
about
are.
killing them, he just can't bring himself to do it. But in true main character fashion, our guy got chosen to kill a dragon in front of the whole village. Like, the timing is crazy. But Hiccup threw up the deuces and was gonna run away with Toothless. But remember how I said Astrid was snooping around in bro business? Well, she is on his bumper like white on rice. Got my boy stumbling and fumbling on his words. But she not buying what he's putting down. So when all the commotion, Toothless then came out his crib and immediately pressed in on her. Fast forward a bit and Hiccup introduces them both. And she was like, hold up, wait a minute, and dipped up out of there. I'm talking about she in the wind. And these two know they're cooked.
I like Toothless's expressions in the movie, bro.
So they yoke her up and Hiccup
I didn't see the live action one, but I hope they gave like Toothless all of his like facial expressions in the movie as well as in the animation.
Carpet ride through the lands.
Because when I've heard live action How to Train Your Dragon was a good one.
Points. That's how you
but then
do
again,
it
I heard it was like low-key a bar for bar of like the animated version as well.
More dragons started appearing next to them, but they could care less about the two humans riding on the back of a dragon. If I was one of them dragons flying in close, you know I would have had to catch me a little human snack. But these dragons looking like they gotta go punch in on a 9 to 5 shift somewhere. Apparently, Toothless done brought them to one of the dragon's nests, and it seems like all of them are just dumping their kills down into the void for no reason. But this meatball dragon just had to be the guinea pig. Bro dropped that weak old offering into the void and he knew it was up. Look at him. He tried to scurry off and got his body chomped. It turns out the dragons have some sort of beehive social system going on. And if the queen is not fed, they finna become the meals. But this really is the least of Hiccup's problems. He seems to forget that his dragon test is tomorrow and he's gonna have to kill a dragon to pass the test in front of the entire village, may I say. The entire village, full of dragon ops. I can just feel the pressure. Bro gonna be grabbing his chest like Naruto by the end of this.
Dang.
So it's the next day, the day of Hiccup's test, and our guy is already catching strays. His pops over here handing out backhanded compliments. I never thought I'd see the day when my son becomes a real one, a real Viking. Hiccup hits the WWE walkout, and now it's
time to play the game. Time to play the game.
They released this crash out of a dragon. This mug is spazzing out.
Excuse me?
Hiccup got straight to it, showing everyone that these dragons are not that bad. But of course, this fool's hating old dad just gotta ruin the show. Man hit the hammer onto the gate trying to stop the function, and the dragon instantly went back to crashing out. Got Hiccup running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And I didn't know these dragons had superhuman hearing. Toothless heard Hiccup in a panic from I don't know how far away. He got up out that cavern immediately. And right when Hiccup was about to get sent to Valhalla, as these Vikings would say, Toothless started airing the venue out and pressed the other dragon. He done sent bro straight back into his little hole, scared like a female dog. But now everyone here knows Hiccup's secret. Now here comes the true 1v1. Hiccup
Why
versus
would it be
Stoic.
a bad
Hiccup
thing is my
initiates with the
question.
talk no jutsu. He tries to tell his pops that these dragons are not evil, and the only reason they are stealing food is because they have to. If they don't, the Geico Queen will use them as an infinite food glitch. And Stoic was on his usual BS.
Dang,
Got his
can't they
son
just not
pleading
go
for him
back?
to listen, and even decides to disown his own son because he ain't following in his footsteps. Like, you gotta be, boy. Hey, movies like
low key, how would that be a downside? I mean, I get tradition, you know, we hunt, kill dragons, but it's like, in y'all's perspective, these are rabid animals that cannot be trained or tamed. They can just be they can just be like hunted, like for sport or something. But then you learn that these things have the capacity for emotion or to be befriended, and instead of y'all being hunted down and eaten by things. You know what I'm saying? And also, they obviously have a lot more firepower than y'all. Like y'all are all working off of like medieval weaponry against things that can breathe fire and can fly. Like y'all can't the only thing y'all can shoot is fire is like some cannonballs and like some trebuchets, catapults and this stuff. But like y'all are at a clear disadvantage. I feel like if y'all had just one dragon, it would do y'all some justice. But I just don't fully understand why that would be a bad thing to have.
these, they were ahead of their
Like,
time.
that gives you an
though,
instant
because the
advantage.
sudden
Granted,
switch
the
up in the
dragon might not
mood
hunt
was
down another
crazy.
dragon
You telling me these
on
movies were
average,
only
but
made
you know
for
what I'm
kids?
saying?
So I guess everybody in the village
So
then
it
turned
makes
into Uncle
sense.
Ruckus, because they strap up Toothless and go to look for the dragon nest. But Hiccup is still a Viking through and through. Because what truly makes a Viking is this dang stubbornness. Because Hiccup immediately went to scheming a plan to save Toothless. It switches back to Stoic and the hunting party, and his boys are trying to find out what in the world is the plan. Because if everything Hiccup says is true, this queen dragon ain't nothing to be played with. They over here creeping through this fog.
The thing is, though, they don't even know all the breeds of dragons. They just,
and they really kept
like,
going.
y'all do not know what the heck y'all are up
Kobe's my
against.
court with no doves or badges. Toothless brings them to this wall. They touch down on the surface, and everything seems to be going a little too according to plan. And back with Hiccup and his gang,
I wouldn't be
Bro
hunting
has taught
down
them
something
all
that's like,
how to
I
train
wouldn't be
their
hunting
dragons.
down things
Hopefully
that
they
are
make it in time
clearly
for the
over the
fleecing
top.
of
It's like
Stoic
hunting down
and
the
the entire
Hulk.
village, because it switches
Like, why
back.
military
and they done
states
made an
hunting the
entrance
Hulk, I'll
into the
never
dragon
understand.
nest.
Because
And
y'all know
these dragons
bullets and
are
missiles
not
don't
even
work,
worried
so why would
about
y'all even
them.
try?
And Stoic can see it too. He catching them flashbacks of what his son was saying. Snooping around somewhere you had no control. Because the mountain started cracking.
Like,
and
the
all we
best way
see is
to
this
avoid these
colossal
situations is
dragon
to just leave
kaiju
someone
coming out
alone.
the side of a mountain. Now that y'all trying to retreat.
Because
But
now
this
y'all
dragon
can't do
queen is not
nothing.
sweet. She done
No
one-shotted
weapon y'all
all their
have can
boats.
take that
And now
man
here
down.
comes the reinforcements. Hiccup and the crew fly in, hitting the boss dragon in the back of the neck. They over here distracting it and trying to find out its weakness. Hiccup went over to free his best man Toothless during all the commotion. The queen sunk the boat, and now Toothless is stuck underwater like a boogie.
I'm drowning.
But a real one finally comes to his senses and frees Toothless. No cap, right here, Hiccup and Toothless get into their bags for real. They just ready to hit the clip farm. And we see a real deal plot twist out here. A parent in one of these films actually apologizes to the child when they're wrong. These parents of today's generation.
Bro, what have y'all, raise y'all hand if y'all ever heard y'all's parents say I'm sorry after they did something to you. Name one time you've heard them say the words I'm sorry for after they misunderstood you or did something to you that was unjustified. Oh wait, I can't raise my own because I don't even know a time. I can't name one that I've heard them say I'm sorry. And it's like they're not bad. It's like, you know, like, because not all parents are bad parents. I just don't know if they just, if they don't, if I don't know. Maybe they just don't think about saying it. Cause like, you know, you have good parents and all this stuff, but like, you don't, not every one of them says I'm sorry for what they done. And I guess it's just cause like, get over it maybe or something. I don't know. But I don't think just cause their parent doesn't say, don't mean that like they're bad people or bad parents. It's just, you'd rather, saying I'm sorry means more than what people make it out to be. Like just hearing someone say it genuinely means more than just them not saying it at all. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And just gonna stand 10 toes on they doodle bobbery. They fly off and start running dragon formations on the boss. Came in, blasted it in the mouth to save his shorty. Then they fly out to create a devastating heavy attack to the back of his neck. And I know that mug stung because the boss dragon got up heated and was chasing Hiccup and Toothless. They pulled the Iron Man strap and fly all the way up into the stratosphere where they could hide in these gloomy clouds. And then Toothless started raining shots down on the dragon. Now it's crashing out and trying to burn everything in the vicinity. But it did end up catching Toothless's tail. Now they can't fly properly. But the trap has already been set. And here's the checkmate. You remember all those shots Toothless let off earlier? Well, here's why. Now the boss dragon has holes in his wings and can't slow down before it crashes. So everyone watches as this 1,000-ton dragon crashes, knocking first into the ground at 200 miles per hour. I know the front of that thing face was looking like an IHOP platter after that. But in all that fading, Hiccup got caught in the blast. But Toothless protected him.
Lost his leg or something, didn't he?
Happy ever after moment. Well, not quite yet. Because Hiccup wakes up back home and sees his best friend there with him. And he is so confused, boy. His dragon is at the crib and he done lost a leg in the process. They done gave bro them D-Rose type.
Bro, I know when that happened, it probably had some kids shook.
Back then what a peak film consisted of. But then Hiccup opens the door and the whole
that probably
village
had someone
is full
shook
of dragons.
back then when this first came out that he lost his leg.
The talk of the town, Hiccup and Toothless. Bro, it's like a preteen and an already eviscerated a dang Queen Kaiju dragon thing. To be fair though, that dragon low-key was just flexing his size because the brain might have been lacking some intelligence.
It's like all power, no badges. That's what that's the problem is.
I know I wouldn't be able to kill it, let alone even fly on a dragon itself. But Hiccup gets his fairy tale ending. He's popular now. Got the girl of his dreams, and even got everybody on the same page with the dragons in the village. I know this is something a little different, JMF, but let me know if y'all like it, and I'll do more movies like these. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe.
And like I said, I feel like I remember a good bit of what happens in like these movies. I don't think I've seen the third one at all. I have not only think I've seen the second one. But it's like, this is not the franchise that I personally watch the most. But I know it's a good one. But hey, I guess that was it for this one, man. Hope you have a good day, and God bless.
Yeah, boy.